The sights, the sounds, the school spirit, the football. Get ready for Friday Frenzy with the WATE 6 on your side sports team, sponsored by Carson Newman University.
All right, hello everyone. I'm Bo Williams.
Carlos Lopez, buenas noches, mi gente. ¿Cómo están todos? Espero que la estén pasando muy buenas noches.
Hey, it's good to have you back, my friend. Missed you last week.
You know, family is so important.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I had to go pick up my daughter that way, that Labor Day weekend. She had a great time.
Good.
But we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Here
we're back together. We got a busy night. We got some food, though, we got to tell you. Of course, every Friday night we bring in some tailgate.
It's football time.
It is football time.
High school football, college football. You can't go wrong with that pinwheel. Papitas con galletitas. Hey, tiene que agarrar las galletitas esas de M&M's. Esas son galletas especiales.
You made pinwheels, potato chips, and a cookie with M&M's sound a whole lot better than I just made it sound.
Come on now.
Hey, it's great everybody's with us. Got a busy night. Kind of a crazy night, though, because of the weather. We got some games that are just now getting a halftime. We got others that are close to being done.
Hey, the craziest thing was last night.
Yeah, I know you're talking about Alcoa and Greenville.
Alcoa, Greenville, you know, and tonight, I don't know what's going on with this weather. At 8 o'clock in the morning, it's super cloudy. At midday, it's super sunny. And then right now, we got some delays.
We're going to have to drag Ken Weathers in here in a little bit, have him explain the weather patterns to us. But, hey, first things first, let's talk about Thursday. We're going to do a quick little flashback for you, and we'll be right back.
Rivalry Thursday pairs 3A number 1 Alcoa against 4A number 2 Greenville. And let me tell you, there was plenty of lightning. The Tornadoes look to remain undefeated. Greenville has a chance to take an early lead, setting up a field goal, but it's going to be blocked and short to remain scoreless. But the Green Devils do strike in the first quarter. Carson Quillen tucks it and barrels through for the 1-yard score to make it 7-0. The Alcoa defense answers back later. The Tornadoes D brings the blitz, and Eli Graff is all over this pass for the pick 6. This one ends tied at 7 and will be ruled a no contest due to lightning in the area.
There we go. Now we're back. Hit the wrong button. So that was basically it was a no contest.
Hey,
yeah, and we were looking this up. Technically, a no contest means it never happened.
like it never happened, but you really just feel right here for the athletes.
Yeah.
You know, having been at Alcoa for 9 years, I know those coaches and the athletic director, they wanted to get this game going.
They would have waited. Matchup.
Yeah, they would have waited till midnight. But you know me, I'm all about that special teams. You would have never known what would have happened if Greenville would have made that field goal. Right. It would have probably been 10-7, and Greenville wins the game. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. But you know what? I got to say something though. I've never been to watch a game in person at Greenville. That's a great facility. I mean, I'm looking at that. I'm thinking this is almost like a college facility up there. Some of the smaller schools. I mean, that's a beautiful facility.
And Mark Packer, they're doing a great job, especially with the aero view that they have. The field looked great.
But you see that more and more around the area. I mean, when you think high school football, you think obviously Texas. I mean, some of those high school venues are incredible. But around here, we've got some amazing complexes that are being built. A lot of money being pumped in for these kids, and the turf and the stands and just the whole setup. I mean, Maryville, Alcoa's got a great setup. Farragut, Beard. I mean, you can just go up and down the line. Gibbs just opened that new stadium. I mean, it's great to see. Kids got to love it, too. That's inspiring to play in something.
I think Alcoa's got a Jumbotron.
Yes.
And now they're having, replays going on, throughout the game. So, it's just the facilities around here are now pretty incredible.
Well, I'll tell you, let's get you up to date on what's going on right now around the area. First, we're going to hear from Casey K. She's at our game of the week. This is a good one on the schedule. This is the Battle of the Rebels, West and Maryville, 3-0 against 2-1. But it's another one of those early season games, but this is a good matchup.
Hey, right now the weather's taking a hold of this game, but we'll see what Casey's got to say about it.
Yep.
Hey guys, it's Casey K checking in from our WATE game of the week. We got West at Maryville tonight. For the West Rebels, it's Marshawn Bowers who's really been getting the bulk of the carries, and he put up the first touchdown of the night for them. On the Maryville side, new quarterback for them, Grant Kotler, and he's been doing great. He's been getting a lot of carries on the ground. Now, let me tell you about something that happened right before halftime. Rebels are driving down. West gets an interception to cut off their chances, and we end the half at 14-7. The West Rebels in the lead heading into halftime.
Casey, thank you. We just kind of peaked. Third quarter is 21-7 now. West is up.
Wes is up.
We'll get another update coming up here in a second. But Casey, they're covering that. That's our game of the week tonight on Friday Frenzy. She'll have a full recap. We'll join her live. She'll get us up to date with the final score and everything. But don't count Maryville out of this one. I mean, obviously they're at home. They're not going to go down without a fight. That is for sure.
Never. It's a 4-quarter game that you can never hold the Maryville Rebels out. But a lot of people are talking about, them having a kind of down year. They have a new quarterback. Obviously, we see that score is 21-7 right now, so they got to step it up.
What's interesting, though, a down year for Maryville, most teams would take. You know
Every team would take.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's just how good that program is year in and year out. All right, I want to check with Sam Rothman right now. She's covering Halls, Hardin Valley, Powell Heritage.
Happy Friday, everyone. Sam Rothman here. I went to two very different games. I'm in the car actually on my way back to the station, but the first game I went to was Halls, Hardin Valley, a battle of the undefeated, and it really seems like that. It was really a defensive battle throughout the first half. When I left, Halls went up 7-0. Cameron Bates was doing all the job on the ground game, but it was actually a touchdown in the air to Trey Skates that put the Red Devils up 7-0. And then after that, I went to Powell Heritage, a completely different game. Panthers really rolling in this one. When I left, they were up 27-10.
All right, thank you so much, Sam. Sam, that's how busy we are, man. We're in the car going from place to place, and Sam will be joining me coming up here for Friday Frenzy in just a little bit, but a couple of games I know we're watching. Let's get to some scores.
Let's do it.
And then we'll talk about our player of the week from last week, but let's get everybody up to date on what's going on right now. So here's how things are shaping up for us. Heritage and Powell, 47-10. Powell up by 37 right now in the fourth quarter. So
that's
not a huge surprise, though. Heritage has gotten off to a great start this year, but again, Powell right now up at home. Now, Oak Ridge is rolling right now against Cards, 41-0 on the road. Oak Ridge looking good this year.
They are looking good, and they had a great game last week, too.
Yeah. Webb tonight taking on Notre Dame, making the trip down to Chattanooga, 41-7. Always nice on the road when you got something
it's always nice
big
on the
like
road.
that, isn't it? 17-10 right now. Central hanging on up by a touchdown in the third against Ooltewah. Ooltewah making the trek up 75 to visit the Bobcats. Loudon tonight on the road up 15-0 that game in the third.
Hey, it's always good to see, local teams from this area winning against teams that are not from this area.
Exactly. Doing East Tennessee proud. That's for
right.
sure. Mo East right now trailing William Blount. How about the Governors tonight? Big night for them. They had a special dedication. We'll have more about that tonight at 11 o'clock. But William Blount for their stadium. But William Blount right now leading. Where would that go? There it is, 35-21 over Mo East. Still a lot of time in this one, but good for William Blount.
William Blount's having a great year so
They
far.
really are.
Didn't they have a great year in basketball season too, William Blount?
William Blount had a great basketball
go.
season last year. That is for sure.
Keep it rolling.
So, yeah. Hey, West and Maryville, there's their game of the week, 21-7 in the third. We were talking about that one. Again, you play 4 quarters, like you said, so this game is not over. And
it's definitely not out of reach.
Two great programs going head-to-head here, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Cleveland and Farragut. You and I were talking earlier. You're like, watch out for Cleveland.
Yes.
And right now, Cleveland up by, 15 over the Admirals in the third.
Well, we saw that, was it week 1 or week 2 where Farragut had that game-winning touchdown?
Well, Farragut had back-to-back
winning
like
touchdowns.
That,
So, you're seeing them have a fantastic season, and then you're seeing them play against Cleveland, and then, that scored 29-14.
But, it's only in the third. Farragut's got plenty of time if they're going to try to mount a comeback here, which is they've kind of been the cardiac kids
They
all
might have
season.
another game-winning touchdown
Almost
drive.
pulled one out against West. Let's see here. Let's scroll back down as we're getting those updates. Union County right now struggling against Kingston, 63-0. That is a tough road trip. I mean, that's tough to come back.
Hey, when I see this score, the only thing that I can think about is Oklahoma beating Arkansas State 73-0.
That's right.
And Butch Jones crying on the sideline, baby.
Goodness. Well, hey, let me tell you, you've been a coach, a teacher. What do you tell your players? That's tough to stomach, 63-0, and it's not over. And I'm not talking down about the Patriot players or anything like that. But as a coach, what do you tell those guys? They got to bounce back next week.
That's a message.
And
that
don't
you
stop
have to,
playing this week.
Absolutely. You're in the third quarter. The only thing that you ask of your players is to not give up.
Yeah.
So if you're seeing your players at all time, whatever that score might be, but they're giving it their best, that's what matters. And, at the end of the day, next week, this game is in the past.
Yeah.
Next week, we got to get better.
Okay, heard it right there. Former college player, high school coach, you name it. Let's scroll back down here again. They're getting those updates. Cloudland right now trailing Johnson County 28-12. Hardin Valley and Halls, battle of the unbeatens. But Halls is for real.
Halls is for real.
I mean,
Hardin Valley was for real.
Yeah.
They had started out at 3-0, but it's looking like Hall's Red Devils are doing work right now.
And we've had a lot of emails about the Halls offensive line, so we're going to show them some love. They are good. That front group there is really getting it done. Obviously, they're 31-0 right now against Hardin Valley. Knox Central, Scott, 32 zip, Sweetwater. This is a good one. This is a close one at half. 15-14. Again, some of these games are going to be all over the place on where they are because of the weather. Some areas are dry, and you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? Other areas, they've been dealing with storms off and on all afternoon. Saudi Daisy right now, 14-10 over Sequoia. That one at the break. Tellico Plains, trailing Polk County. Greenback, 22-14 over Harriman. Good
There we
game. We do have some close ones in here tonight. These things can go either way. There's another update. Let me scroll it down here for you as we continue to keep you up to date. Let's see, Cosby tonight. Unaka or
Unaka?
Unaka.
Unaka. I'm gonna say with that Spanish accent. I'm just gonna say Cosby against Unaka. I would like to see Cosby, pick it up right here a little bit. I got a buddy of mine who we played together at Middle Tennessee State.
Okay.
I like to see Cosby pull this one off.
Well, let's see if they can come back. They got a whole other half to do it. Only down by 12. So yeah, that is very doable. CAK 30-14 right now over Grace Christian. Two area teams going head to head there in the second. And Knoxville Catholic right now trailing on the road to Ensworth, 21-14.
Ensworth, Nashville team, right?
I believe so.
Yes, I think so.
I might have to get out my
on the road
my locator on that one. But yeah, Catholic on the road definitely down by a touchdown.
Battle
Still
of the
early.
Eagles.
Yeah. Now how about this one? So Seymour and Gibbs.
What?
I know. I know.
What do I do about my Seymour Eagles? Hey, Gibbs is on the road at Seymour.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
21-0.
I'd say Gibbs is tough. They've been playing well. They had their hearts broken in their first true home opener in like 2 years against Halls. But ever since then, they've been looking really good.
I need my Seymour Eagles to pick it up. Come on, guys.
This game delayed in the first. We're going to maybe a lot of games that may or may not get completed tonight, but Jeff Coe at home against Dobbins-Bennett. 0-0. Dobbins-Bennett's been in 2 of these games that have, weather-wise, has caused some issues this year. But Jefferson County's having a decent season, so hopefully they'll be able to get this game in, see what the Patriots can do at home. Carter up by a touchdown over South Doyle. Still, though, in the first quarter, a lot of game to be played.
A lot of game to be played. I think Carter had a great game last week. Didn't that BGP? There we go.
Northview Volunteer, delayed right now. You were asking me earlier about where Northview is right now. Obviously 0-0 first quarter right now, so not a lot happening there. We'll have to see if Mother Nature will allow this one to happen. You're going to see a lot of delays here. Elizabethton on the road at Cherokee. If you're playing Elizabethton, maybe that's a good thing. And again, I'm not talking down about Cherokee. They can definitely, hey, when you're at home. But Elizabethton's one of those teams that you got to be up and ready for when you play. They're tough.
They have a great coaching staff.
Yeah, they're really
got
good.
great
The
leaders
Cyclones do. But that game delayed, so we'll see what happens. That is not Hardin Valley and Halls. We showed you that score earlier. Halls up big right now on that one. Stone Memorial, White County 0-0. So Stone Memorial on the road tonight.
And some final scores.
And if you're wondering from where Stone Memorial is, it's right there across from the Buc-ee's, across the interstate, basically.
Oh, that's where Stone Memorial in Crossville.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's one exit down, but it's in that general area. People sometimes go, where's Stone Memorial again? That's where they are. Beautiful school. Again, it is a final now. Halls 31-0 over Hardin Valley. So Halls continues to roll, stay unbeaten. They go to 4-0 on the year. Hardin Valley first loss 3-1, still looking good. Oak Ridge now final 41-0 over Carnes. So, again, the Wildcats rolling along. Rockwood, 49-0. That is a big lot.
That's a strong score right there. Strong score.
Strong. Let's get down here. Where did that go? Where is that? 49-0. There we go. Midway Coalfield, 56-0. So there are some lopsided games. Here's the one we were talking about before we went on the air. Anderson County took care of Fulton tonight, 50-14.
We got to pick it up. Anderson County having a great season. Beating
coming
Fulton
off
right here.
that history-making season last year for Anderson County, and but taking on Fulton tonight, 50-14. So, game postponed. Cumberland Gap and North Green. Excuse me, Jellicoe. That one can be canceled against Tri-Cities Christian.
I'm wondering if some of these games that are delayed, are we going to have any cancellations or no contest?
Or no contest, yeah. Powell Heritage, 47. It's about a 30-point difference there. We've got some updates for you. 21-14. It was 21-7.
It was 21-7. I'm telling you, you can't
21-14
count
in
Maryville
the
Rebels
fourth.
out.
No, you cannot. Both those teams, great to watch, exciting. 35-28. Mo East coming back against William Blunt.
There you go.
I mean, we got some down to the wire here. Webb still in control. Kingston It was 63-0. Union County, we just talked about that. Don't give up.
But they missed the extra point.
Or they got 2 field goals. What do you think?
They missed
What
the
do you
extra
think?
point.
I know they did, but
missed the
maybe
extra
also,
point.
you're a special teams guy. But again, Scott trailing. Let's see, Uldawa, Central, nothing has changed there. Loudon still at 15-0. Looks like none of these other ones have really changed. Farragut still trailing Cleveland tonight. So we'll continue to watch these scores for you. We'll check in on them here in just a little bit. We do want to get back, though, to our Week 3 Player of the Week. We just talked about Halls.
Yes, we
And
did.
we talked about their offensive line, but it's always nice if you're an O-lineman, when you're blocking, you know someone's going to take advantage of the holes you're opening up and the protection that you're providing.
Well, we have right here Cameron Bates from Halls High School with 231 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 8 tackles at any time on a team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my experience is with Alcoa, so, you know, we're a small school there, but when you have those players that can go both sides of the field
That's
and
it.
perform the way that, you know, this guy is doing on both sides of the field, it's an advantage.
You see that and you think about some of the greats that have gone. But I always think about, was it Gordy Lockbaum or whoever was it, Holy Cross?
Yes.
You know, a lot of people thought he should have won the Heisman that year. This is going way back because he went both ways, but obviously he didn't play in a major Division I
Yes.
or type of school. I think Holy Cross won AA at the time, or FCS. But
The one thing that I do want to say, when you see 231 rushing yards, you got to give credit to the O-line.
and he does.
And
Take
he
a listen.
does.
Right, Cameron. This past Friday, 231 rushing yards, 27 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, and 8 tackles in your 21-0 shutout victory over Fulton. When you think back to your performance, what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of the way our team bonded together there towards the end of the game when we were struggling early on.
231 yards on the ground. Obviously, when you have those kind of numbers, the other team starts to figure out that you might be the guy that's getting the ball every play. When you start to notice that they're recognizing that, how does your mentality shift to make sure that you can still be successful?
I just have to make sure I'm paying attention to whenever linebackers are blitzing more often to where we run the ball, but I've got a great offensive line, so they keep me safe.
Last season, week 11, you wrapped up our Friday Frenzy Player of the Week. Now we're back here. You're getting the same award as a senior. What's different about the player that steps on the field in the 2023 season compared to last year?
I've got more in-game experience behind me. I've got more work in the weight room with our coaches and all, and it's helped out a lot.
Now you're a senior. Do the Friday nights and the wins feel any different knowing that these are going to be your last with these guys out on the field?
Yeah, they definitely have a special feeling knowing that it's my senior year and it's the last time I've got with these guys.
8 tackles on defense, 2 touchdowns. Do you like taking guys down more, or do you like crossing the end zone more week in and week out?
I like both sides of the ball, but I think I'm a little more experienced with offensive because I've played it my whole life. I find it more natural.
Congratulations, Cameron. You're our Friday Frenzy Player of the Week. Gonna give you this. Congratulations. Guys, let's show him some love.
I just love how Casey gets quicker and quicker to get out of the way. She was telling us after she shot this, she says, I think I've got this down now to a science on when to get out of the way. So,
I love seeing that. I love seeing the teammate support.
Yeah.
You know, and I love that he gives credit to his team because at the end of the day, you know, football is a team effort.
oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, real quick, let's get you updated on a few scores before we leave you here. We're going to run down them here. Powell, again, still up by Heritage. No major changes there in the fourth. West and Maryville. It was a 14-point difference. Now it's just 7 in the fourth. Maryville coming back there at home. Again, Mo East pulled it within 7 now.
There
They
we
were
go.
down to William Blunt. William Blunt, we'll see if the Governors can hang on. What's been a big night for them at their stadium, new dedication and everything there. Webb School still in control. Union County, I know it's 63-6. You and I have talked about it, Carlos, but it was 63-0 a moment ago. These guys have put 6 on the board. Shows that they're still out there battling.
Absolutely.
And that says a lot.
And that's the only thing that you ask for.
Yeah,
Keep
Scott
going.
trailing. Scott trailing big right now, 32-3. Central still hanging on, up by a touchdown over Uldawa. Loudon still blanking East Ridge, as you and I were saying. East Tennessee Schools, let's get it done.
East Tennessee Schools, baby.
29-14, Cleveland over Farragut in the third. Nothing has changed there over in Farragut right now. So we'll see, though. The Admirals, the Cardiac Kids, they always keep coming back. Johnson County in control. Sweetwater, Meigs County, still a 1-point game. That game at the half. No updates for you there. Another halftime score was Soddy Daisy and Sequoia. Tellico Plains trailing at the break. Greenback, Harriman. 22-14, still a close game, but again, halftime. These are all halftimes. The last time we checked it, Cosby, you said you got some connections there. You'd like to see Cosby, the Eagles, come back in this one against the Rangers. Stone Memorial up at the break, 14-6. So there you go. There's an update. Look, let's see here. Let's scroll back down real quick. Let's see. There's Stone Memorial. All right, Grace Christian Academy of Knoxville, CAK up 30-14. Carter, can they hang on? South Doyle trailing by 7, 21-14. Catholic on the road. Is that what it was last time we checked? Was it 21-14?
Was it not 21-7?
Maybe
Catholic coming back?
Maybe Catholic coming back there. Eagle. All right. Sorry. Gibbs still beating Seymour.
Gibbs still beating
Your
Seymour.
alma mater.
I need my Seymour Eagles to. We need to get a score right here. We had a heartbreaking one last week against Northview, so I need him to step that up.
Hey, kudos to Gibbs right now, playing some good football. Again, these games postponed or delayed. You'll have to keep monitoring WATE.com. We'll have it for you right here if we get any updates on some of these scores, and obviously tonight on Friday Frenzy. So with that, first of all, great to have you back again, my friend, as always.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here with you,
buddy.
You know what a great opportunity that we get to highlight.
We could talk high school football.
Man, I'll tell
And
you
some
what.
great student athletes.
One of the things that I truly appreciate about the United States, you know, growing up in Venezuela, but the emphasis that the United States puts on high school sports, man, that just touches my heart.
Yeah.
You know, for a lot of the students, you know, like it was me, sports was a way out. You know, sports was a way out. So, you know, it's always a pleasure to be here and to see how these kids are not only performing, you know, in the classroom but also on the field. So it's a pleasure.
You got a different ring on tonight.
You know, I have 8 of these.
Rub these things in our face.
Let me see if I can get a little bit. I have 8 of these things. So, you know, it's a different one.
Must be something special.
It's a different one for each day of the week.
and some. You got
and
8,
some.
right? Yeah, all right. All right, hey, for Carlos, I'm Bo Williams. Have yourself a great night. Don't forget, join us on Friday Frenzy. We'll keep updating the scores for you here on WAT.com. Don't forget, I'm looking over at Greg. What is it, Greg? Is it Sunday we start voting? Player of the Week, Sunday. We start voting for Player of the Week. We'll have all that for you here online as well. We definitely want to hear from you. But again, join us tonight. WAT 6 on your side news at 11 and then 11:14, Friday Frenzy.
Buenas noches, mi gente.
Everybody, I'm Chief Meteorologist Ken Weather. Still a few spotty storms as we go through the evening hours. Locally heavy rainfall, lightning, of course, our biggest impacts. They're gone by midnight and it's quiet overnight, but watch by Saturday as we go past lunchtime. Again, shower and storm coverage will be increasing across the area. This is lunchtime right through mid-afternoon at 3, and we'll take you right into the evening hours as well. Just kind of scattered storms just about anywhere across the region that will also slowly start to fizzle once we're past sunset and before midnight. But the problem will be, of course, we've got a 5 o'clock game tomorrow. Tailgating early on looks okay, but as we get closer to game time, our opportunities for those scattered storms will go up and temperatures will start to come down. So we've been saying all week, if you're heading over to Neyland Stadium, take a poncho to be safe. We can't say for certain one will develop right over the stadium, but that opportunity is it could be close enough to where we may have a delay with some lightning. So keep that in mind if you're going to be heading over there. We'll pick it back up with Sunday morning, another quiet start. But again, shower and storm chances increase, especially after lunchtime, right into the afternoon hours. This is 3 o'clock, taking it through 7. Heavy rainfall, probably your biggest concern if you get stuck under one of these. Could lead to some isolated flooding, and then things start to quiet down by the time we get to Sunday evening across the area. We get a break in the wet weather pattern for Monday. Better chance of some showers and storms again Tuesday into Wednesday before we see some much drier air and some cooler temperatures as well. To see how cool, you get the latest 7-day forecast at WATE.com.